Alright. So, I guess you could call this a FaceForRadio and a Word Around the Campfire segment. So, and I'm doing it live this time. So, yeah, you guys. The Washington football team. Like, fucking wow. You know what I'm saying? The Washington football team. Huh. Interesting notation, ladies and gentlemen. Considering the fact that it's taken this long to realize that the Redskins was being racist, but obviously Mr. Snyder here is still holding on to the torch of, oh, it's not racist and everything, it's a traditional blah, 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 bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Okay? Regardless of how he feels, obviously his skin tone is giving him the privilege to even say the rhetoric of the fact that he's trying to hold on to the fact that, oh, like, we'll do a thorough investigation and asking Native Americans and whatnot. Even Max Kellerman's ass has been saying, like, look, I am not going to sit there saying that shit. And I agree. I mean, hell, I'm not even going to get into the fact that, like, let's just call it what it is. I haven't watched, like, football since 2016. I haven't actually sat down and watched it because of the whole Colin Kaepernick incident. So it's not even the fact, like, you know, I stuck to it. You know, he was talking about, took a knee about police brutality. They tried to flip it on him, saying that it was on patriotism. But I digress from my point that the Washington Redskins, thank God, but, I mean, you mean to tell me it's that fucking hard to come up with a goddamn name? A name. A fucking name. Like, just, like, dude, like, alright, let's go Birds. The Washington Blue Jays. Alright, if you want to keep the color scheme. The Washington Robins. I mean, come on, let's go down the line. The Washington Nightingales. I mean, fuck, the Washington Owls, you know? Something. Alright, how about the Washington Guardians? Let's go with something more, you know, something, the Washington Heroes. I mean, there's so many names that you could come up with that can fit the motif of the burgundy and gold, you know what I'm saying, if you want to keep the color scheme alive. But it's sad because it's like, oh, we're just going to call it the Washington football team right now. Well, I'm pretty sure they have to do it. I mean, then, like, oh, God, are you serious right now? Oh, my God. It's just so fucking funny how folks want to hold on to their imperialist and racist traditions because of the fact that it's just their way of, it's just, that's how they are. That's all they know how to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's not their fault. I'm gonna be like, because they were raised that way. They were raised in such traditions to where they want to hold on to such an ignorant term like Redskins. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little low-key fucked up. You can't even call them Indians. It's like Native Americans. You know? It's like, come on, bro. You want to bullshit a bullshitter? Come on, you got to do better than that. And it's like, you want to hold on to this tradition. Like, what good was being called a Redskin? It's like calling you guys the Whiteys. It's like, wow. It's like, shit, the Washington Whiteys. Like, really? It's like, come on. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to where it's like, but then the fact that they couldn't even get a name, they're just calling themselves the Washington football team. And my cousin's right, Gary, you're right. Shout out to my cousin Gary Baines out there, man. What is their mascot gonna be? obviously they're going to put they're taking off the Indian, they're taking off the logo, and they're going to put the individual player's number on the side of the helmet. Okay. But I still don't understand how, like, you guys couldn't come up with a fucking name. Like, really? Like, the Washington football team. Wow. Hell, I'll even take the Washington Bullets again, okay? Or something, or like, something as silly, or I don't know. But it's just, wow. It's fucking amazing to me how they sit there and hold on to the fact, it's not racist. It was a tradition that was going on. Newsflash, motherfucker, it was racist even back then. But and this is what I say about how everybody was holding on to it for so long, and it took this long for it to make that change. And also, I'm not going to just blame Washington about this as well. I'm going to blame Nike. I'm going to blame FedEx. I'm going to blame all of those folks who were endorsing these folks for years. For years. Because they knew the shit was racist as well, but they never acted upon it even back then. The moment that Dan Snyder said that, he's never going to change the name in 2013. He even put it in bold lettering. Never going to change the name until here comes 2020, when everything with George Floyd started popping off and everything and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, when stuff had to start changing, now all of a sudden it's an issue to change the name. So now you want to change the name, and then all of a sudden, FedEx and all of them started threatening Washington, Dan Snyder and them, to change the name. Why couldn't why couldn't y'all done this shit back in 2013? It took 2020 for you guys to do the shit now. It took y'all, what, 8 years? When it should have been done long time ago. And I'm like sitting here thinking to myself, like, wow. It takes, like, you gotta shake yourselves out of the and welcome to 2020, you guys. I mean, this is what it is. It's like New Vision 2020. About eyes and shit like that, right? But it took 2020 to realize this. This shit could have been done in 2000, all of that. But we've been saying it and preaching it, but nobody wanted to bat an eye or shed a tear or, cost the lives of somebody, many lives, just to finally start getting some acknowledgement about this shit, which is crazy to me. And I don't understand how this fool could sit here and just worry about, like, sitting here, the name is fine. Like, no, bruh, it was never fine. Okay? It never was fine. You're just making excuse after excuse, trying to prolong the situation so we can probably start forgetting about it and not doing something about it. That's what that is. And that's what it means to me. That's what it looks like to me. Because obviously, if it took this fucking long for people to realize, these images is really not good. Maybe we should change this. And it takes FedEx to sit there and be like, yo, we're going to take our name off the stadium if you don't change the name. Good job for you guys. I guess, good job for Nike and FedEx and whoever else. better late than never, but, you know, y'all could have been saying this shit back in 2013 when that MFer said, oh, I'm never going to change the name. Yeah, it only works when your money's in play, though, right, motherfucker? Damn. What would you do for a Klondike bar right now? Woo! Man, shit. It's like, damn, bro. And it's amazing to me how ignorant people can be when they feel like, oh, that's not racist. Like the Cleveland Indians. Like, really? That wasn't racist? I mean, at least they got the idea, like, we're going to change it. You know, like this is why I stopped watching the NFL, because these motherfuckers is, like, they're low-key lowballing black people. They're low-key lowballing the Native Americans or anybody else for that matter. I mean, look how fucked up they did Colin. You know what I'm saying? He even says it verbatim that he was taking a knee for against police brutality and social injustice. And yet they tried to flip it on him off of patriotism. Where was all of that for us? Where was all of that name change? Where was all of that for us to get him at least working? You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least Nike been backing his ass up. I mean, because I know his shoes sold out like a motherfucker. So, I mean, it's just like, you know, it's like you're trying to stand tall against the opposition, because obviously it's like, and where's all the brothers who should be standing up with that shit? Oh, because they don't want to mess up their money. Look, bruh, 90% of the players in the NFL are predominantly black. If they all sat there and just said, yo, I'm taking a knee, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, I'm taking a knee, bam. You know what I'm saying? Guess what? If all 90 of y'all, guess what? There is nobody to play in the NFL. They would have to, no doubt, make the change. You know what I'm saying? They would have to make the change. You know what I'm saying? Oh, God. Woo, I'm glad I'm not in politics. I'm glad I'm not in all of this. But, dude, I'm telling you, when you see all the shit in live and live in color, bro, it's just like, when you open your eyes, you gotta be like Bobby Caldwell. Darling, open your eyes. Let me show you the light. Because, obviously, if you don't realize what's going on right now in this day and age of what we're living in right now, and what fucking Trump, when he said that bullshit about make America great again, that obviously meant that he wants it back how it used to be, and they're doing everything in their power to keep it that way. Oh, God. We're doing everything in our power to make sure that doesn't happen. And it starts with a lot of shit, just changing names, changing images, and taking off Confederate stuff, whatnot, all of that. Symbolisms of old that was holding us in bondage and holding us down in our society that we live in. So honestly, just keep it going like that, you guys. Wow. I was kicking some serious dirt right now, but honestly, I feel like, I mean, obviously we're in the right direction, that we're trying to make some changes, and that's good. Maybe, I mean, Rome wasn't built in a day. That's all I was saying, and obviously we're trying to get some traction and progress. So, either way, you guys, I'm gonna get off of this shit real quick. So I'm gonna do another podcast. I'm gonna do a podcast in a second. So, either way, you guys, this is Late for the Party Live. So, I'll hit you guys up on the next segment, alright?